So once you log into your Ellevation account, this is more or less what you should see on your dashboard. Each of these widgets are customizable, so it might not look exactly the same as mine, and the numbers will for sure be different. But this is the basic homepage. What I want to do here is go through each part of the exit ticket and show you where that information can be found to speed up your exit ticket process. So the beginning of the exit ticket asks us to choose a student within our student list. So the student list is on the top left, and when you click that, it will give you a list of all of the L's that you teach. When you hover over their names, it'll give you a little button to send you to their student profile, which is where we need to be to answer these questions. So I'm going to pick Karen just because she is number 1 on my list. And when I do that, it brings me to her page, which has all of the relevant data from her basically journey as an English learner. But it is also a one-stop shop for things like her STAR testing history and any notes that other teachers might have made on her. It is a wealth of knowledge. So the first question asks us, what were the students' TELPAS proficiency levels for each domain? Those will always be here in this more or less top right-hand corner. You can view test results to get a list of all of their historical data as well. So here we can see that Karen did not finish all 4 of the TELPAS domains because obviously COVID hit shortly after this. But I can see that for listening and speaking, she scored advanced high, and her writing was advanced. Like I said, you can scroll down and see their STAR scores, whether they approached, met, did not meet, grade level, masters. All that information is here. Which brings us to question 2, which is how their STAR reading test results have changed over the past years. So you could simply look here at that drop-down list, but going to test results will give you a better visual representation of that data. So once I'm in test results, I will choose the assessment that I'm interested in, which is STAR reading, and that will show me that from 2018 to 2019, she had an ever so slight increase in her Lexile level. So from 985 to 1000. So we can say that she grew from 2018 to 2019. The third question is about descriptors, and that is this tab right here, which will show us basically where they are currently at and what that means they are able to do. And for students who have not yet reached advanced high, it will give their successive descriptor. So the things that they need to be pushed to do in order to grow. So for Karen specifically, one descriptor that she needs to practice is in writing. We need to push her to, to work on her naturalness of phrasing and expression, to limit her errors to ones that very rarely interfere with communication, etc., etc. The fourth question has to do with the services and programs that this student receives. So we can see that as of last year, she was receiving sheltered English instruction in her Intro to Lit class with Mr. Gabriel 4 times a week, with pull-out services as needed. The fifth question is if she receives any designated supports on her testing. So, for example, this past year for English 1, she was not set to receive any accommodations based on her proficiency level. We felt as an LPAC that she was capable of passing this test on her own. So she did not receive accommodations there. That being said, she does receive some instructional accommodations in her classes. So this is where you would find out what it is that you are meant to be doing in class to help these kids succeed. So for her specifically, she has only four instructional accommodations that we recommend. So one is visuals and or verbal cues to reinforce any spoken or written words, pre-teaching vocabulary, organizing reading in chunks, and providing sentence stems. So this is what we feel as an LPAC she will need in order to push her from that like advanced, on the cusp of advanced high status to fully advanced high and eligible for reclassification. So yeah, those are all of the parts of the student profile that you will need in order to answer your exit ticket. But also feel free to play around, feel free to go into the instructional side, which we will have future trainings on more specifically, but Ellevation is a great resource. It has a lot of instructional strategies, a lot of great data to help inform your lesson planning.